YouTube channel. Just doing a little mini post tips / probably a little bit of a preview for 2 games. I will do a preview for the Geelong and Collingwood game. So I will go by and say, well, with Friday night's game, it's actually going to be an interesting game. Richmond chose to play at Metricon Stadium and actually known that the finals at the Gabba, but they have played in Queensland at finals, so have St Kilda. Ramifications on the loser of this game for Richmond, if they do go out in straight sets. I don't think they will, but I think by looking at it, and I think now that if Richmond do lose, it's a massive failure, the failed season together. Based on what we know and what we've learnt with Richmond, the off-field stuff, the 2 players did get punished, and Trent Cotchin's wife, who thought it was a good idea to take a photo of herself in a pile and put it on Instagram. And yet, these sort of stuff that do happen, but having said that, it's probably hurt them a little bit. Maybe a little bit of arrogance, the way that they've gone about it this season. There's a little bit of whinging, of course, but you know when you're in the hub, you gotta knuckle down and get the job done over the next couple of weeks. If they want to win this game, then they have to go into a prelim final. And if St Kilda do lose, I'm going to talk about this in the review. I will give them a good rating out of 10, but might drop a point depending on how bad that they lose. But I still say that it's been a successful season. Who would have thought that they make finals, beat the Western Bulldogs, who are more experienced than them? And I did pick St Kilda based on, well, the coaching staff have been in finals, so that would have helped the players out. That's what my opinion is, and I certainly do think that. So if they can get the job done, it would be massive, and a heavy review will be on Richmond, no doubt. So I still think the Tigers by 15 points at this stage. It could be closer, it could be more. Again, it does depend on what does happen in the next day or two. If Tom Wings plays, and might make it be a bigger margin. Geelong versus Collingwood. This is a game where there are heavy consequences in this game. Geelong are 4-12 in finals since the 2011 premiership, and I think, reflecting on it, that they say it's lazy journalists, but when you're in Queensland, you just gotta get the job done. They do have a second chance. They come off against my boys who are in red hot form after beating the Eagles by a point. I thought we played really well in that game, and as I said in my review, but if we do lose, that there will be heavy review on that, especially this season, and I will give us a little bit of rating for beating West Coast, but we tend to play well against Geelong, and I think that if we can beat them in the finals, that would be massive. If Geelong do lose, they'll be heavily rating. Obviously, because they were top 4, I didn't think they would be this season. So, I just think now that it's time for them to to stand up and perform. It's time for our boys to stand up and perform. To be honest with you, I just think now there's a lot of rumblings, fast calling fans. I'm going to say us by 8 points, but that could change in the next day or two. It does depend on what happens. Geelong's inaccuracy cost them, and if they won, I'll be saying, Geelong kicked a bit awkward, but they did. They don't like coming off a bye. This week might be a different story. Other than that, certainly that's the way how I'm gonna say it. The result. So, I will do a full preview. Of the Geelong versus Collingwood game, obviously, because I'm a massive Collingwood fan, as you can all tell. It's just that if we do lose, it's a failed season in the sense that we were supposed to be top 4 and into a prelim or a granny. If we do win this, I certainly don't think it's a failed season at all whatsoever if we do win this. So I think we can win. I am confident that we can beat Geelong. As the boys say on Footy Classified, that Geelong's players, they're really old, so they've got some older players, and I just think it doesn't help in the scheme of things as well, having so many of the older players, the seniors, players in their 30s. Gary Ablett's going to retire, but apart from that, they aren't playing the younger kids, and it probably needs to, if they do lose this, it's going to be a heavy review for them. Certainly, I'm going to be super critical of them as well. Other than that, I'll go for that either tomorrow or Friday, possibly with that. So I hope you guys like this little bit of a mini preview. I do think that Richmond will win, but I think they'll bounce back. St Kilda, I do feel for them because they are losing a bit of, a couple of players. Paddy Ryder, who hasn't played in the winning final since the weekend, and to come from Essendon to Port Adelaide and then wanting to come home to Victoria, now that it's season's up, it might spur them on a little bit. Who knows? I'm not going to be harsh on the Saints. Maybe off that game, maybe depending on how much they lose by, but you can tell that they've got some sort of excuses in the way that it's the first final series. They've won a final. Nobody would have thought that they would. It's a 50-50 game against the Bulldogs, but they do tend to play well against. And like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to post notifications on. As usual, calm the pies.